The formula for the cost of electricity per month, B, in dollars for the use of E kilowatt hours of electricity is B is equal to 40 plus 7E all over 50. Let's read that again. The formula for the cost of electricity per month, B, in dollars for the use of E kilowatt hours of electricity is B is equal to 40 plus 7E all over 50. Calculate the monthly bill when 705 kilowatt hours are used. And so here we're going to use this formula. So we have to determine what is the value of B. Now we know that E is equal to 705 because they said that 705 kilowatt hours are used. And so let's substitute that value in. So we have 40 plus 7 times 705 all over 50. Now, what is 7 times 705? Well, 7 times 705 is 4,935. And we have to divide that by 50. So we have B is equal to 40 plus 4,935 all divided by 50. Next, what we have to do is we have to divide these two numbers. And when we divide these two numbers, when we divide 4,935 and we divide it by 50, we get 98.7. And so we have that B is equal to 40 plus 98. So we have that B is equal to 40 plus 98.7. Next, we add these two. When we add these two, we get 138.7. So B is equal to 138.7. And that is the answer. So the monthly bill is $138.70. And that is the answer for B. Okay, next we have to figure out, they said, calculate the number of kilowatt hours used when the monthly bill is $61.14. So we have this equation. They want us to determine what is E, but they have given us what is the value of B. And B is $61.14. So we substitute that value in. So we have $61.14, and that's going to be equal to 40 plus 7E all over 50. Remember, our goal is to solve for E. We need to make E the subject. We need to figure out what is the value of E. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to take 40 and send it over the equal sign. And so we have 61.14 minus 40 is equal to 7E all over 50. The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to subtract. So we have $61.14 minus 40. And when we subtract, we get $21.14. And so the next thing that we need to do is we're going to multiply both sides of this equation by 50. And so we multiply this by 50, we multiply that by 50. And so what would that allow us to do? Well, that allows this and this to cancel out. And so we cancel out those two 50s. So we are left with what? 7E is equal to 50 times 21.14. Now, so we have 50 times 21.14 is equal to 7E. And when we multiply these two, we get 50 times 21.14 is equal to 1,057. So we have 1,057 is equal to 7E. We divide both sides of this equation by 7. And so this cancels with that. So we have that E is equal to 151. Now, how do we get that? Well, we know that 1,057, and we divide it by 7, we get 151. And these two sevens cancels out. So we just left with E. And so we have E is equal to 151. And so that means that the number of kilowatt hours used when the monthly bill is $61.14 is 151 kilowatt hours. Next, our goal is to make E the subject of the formula. So we have this formula here, and our goal is to make E the subject. The first thing that we're going to do is we're going to send 40 over the equal sign. So we have B is equal to negative 40. We have B minus 40. And the reason why it's minus 40 is because this was a positive 40. When we send it over the equal sign, it becomes minus 40. So we have B minus 40 is equal to 7E over 50. Next thing that we're going to do is we're going to multiply both sides of this equation by 50. And so what we have here is this multiplied by 50 and this multiplied by 50. And we do that because we want to get rid of this 50 at the bottom. And so this cancels with that. So we have that 7E is equal to 50 times B minus 40, or we have 50 times B minus 40 is equal to 7E. Next, we divide both sides of this equation by 7. And when we do that, this 7 cancel with that 7. So we're left with E is equal to 50 times B minus 40 all over 7. And so when we switch this equation over, we have that E is equal to 50 times B minus 40 all over 7. And that is the answer to this question. So that means that E is the subject of this formula.